everyone, it's Carrie's Little Piggies here, and today is the day that we try to bond the Titans with the Sugar Puffs to become the Titan Puffs. You may know our Titans, Kepua and Reina, had been separated since the passing of our Bonita back in November because they had a falling out without her. So we brought the Sugar Puffs, Mestiza and Kika, into our lives to hopefully help reunite the Titans. Our hope is that they will become one happy family quad and live together in one of the levels of our triple-decker cage. So I thought it would be a great idea if I did a video so that you can see their real-life bonding session and still giving you some helpful tips for you if you decide you want to bond your piggy with a friend. So I've had a lot of experience with bonding piggies, and some of them have been wonderfully successful and some of them have not. There really is no guarantee. It really all depends on the bonding piggies' personalities. And another thing to understand is that sometimes it may even take more than one bonding session to get your piggies to where they can live together in harmony. So the first thing you have to do is prepare the bonding session. What you see here is the setup for our bonding session. We have chosen a neutral area that doesn't have any of the familiar scents of any of the piggies that we are bonding, and that's good so they don't automatically become territorial. I also chose a very large space so that they can run all around. They can run to certain areas and not be in each other's face all the time. So a neutral area that's a really large area is very important. Here you see this is our hallway, and I lined it with towels and then fleece on top. And then you can see there are several piles of hay that I just plopped down there all around so that, again, they can go to all these different areas. They don't all have to be in one area and in each other's face. What you don't see, and what is really not recommended to have for a bonding session, are any kind of hideys or cozies, particularly the ones where a piggy can go in and there's really only one entrance or exit, and they can actually be cornered or stuck inside and possibly be bullied by the other piggy. And then I have some supplies on hand. Here you see I have a bowl of veggies. They're just some green leaf lettuce. And what I'm going to do is just give it to them later. It provides a yummy distraction. And then it's very important you have something like a cloth or a towel and have that prepared to break up any fights. What you can do is, if you see a fight escalating into something really, really bad, just gently toss the towel or the cloth over these fighting piggies, and what it will do will distract them and it will disorient them. Please, please do not ever put your hand or yourself in between fighting piggies, because they're in that mode and they really, really might hurt you. And the last thing I'm going to say before we actually get our session started is please, please be sure to supervise the entire bonding session. Even though it looks like it's going absolutely great and you haven't seen anything bad go on, it can go wrong in a second. If during the session there is blood drawn, you need to end the session. I mean, maybe you could try it later on and, take baby steps again to get to that point where you can bond them, like putting them between bars or getting them used to each other side by side. But you really do not want to risk the health and safety of your piggies just because you want them to get along. Because again, it's up to them and their personalities whether they can bond. Okay, enough talking. Let's get on to our bonding session. The Sugar Puffs are the first to go in. And look, they ran right under the hay pile. I don't know if you can see Missy's little foot and then Kika's head right there. Look at Kepi. He goes right in and right past the sugar puffs, doesn't even see them. He's not our observant boy, that boy. And then here's Raina also going right past them. Uh-oh, the babies have been discovered. And what is going on here that you won't actually be able to hear, but there's a lot of grumbling, a lot of like low rumbling sounds that Raina and Kipu are making. A lot of bum sniffing and following each other around and mounting. They're all natural behaviors that are expected during a bonding session when piggies are getting to know each other, because they have a complex hierarchy and they just do it to establish who's the boss. Oh, that was Raina trying to mount Kepi. Oh, and Kepi mounting baby Kika. Here you see more bum sniffing action. That's Kepi's scent marking. It's where he's rubbing his bum on the fleece, putting out his boy scent and marking his territory. So far Raina and Kipua seem to be okay. They have gone next to each other without any incident. They seem to be quite distracted by these sugar puffs. Look at Kepi, he keeps trying to mount the sugar puffs, but they're way too fast for him. Even Raina cannot catch them to mount them. Okay, here are awesome signs that the bonding is going well. Popcorning. I just love to watch the popcorns. Okay, 20 minutes into the session and all is well, until this. What you saw was some nipping between Kepi and Raina. They were both trying to eat at the same hay pile. Then Raina nipped Kepi to tell him to get out, and Kepi does not like that. You can't hear it, but they have started teeth chattering. Teeth chattering sounds and looks scary, but it is still perfectly normal. They are just expressing their annoyance with each other. But luckily they get distracted. Although then again, here's more teeth chattering. Oh my goodness, the babies hover around clueless. But now they provide the much needed distraction to Raina so that it doesn't escalate into something more. And here's more playtime. The sugar puffs are constantly seeking attention from the Titans, not knowing that they should be careful what they ask for. The Titans seem to have accepted the sugar puffs and haven't even chattered their teeth at them or done anything aggressive or mean to them. Look at this cute scene. I had to zoom in just to catch it. Everyone's eating together. Kika's relaxing. Until this. Kepi and Reina are chattering. You can see Kepi's mouth moving. That's the teeth chattering. And that was a lunge. That looked very scary, and I know I did want to immediately run there and break it up. But I've seen it before, and it is very normal for piggies, especially bonding piggies, and especially Reina and Kepua, who are both super dominant and really are getting to know each other again. Here's Reina posturing back and forth. This one does look like it can escalate into something very bad, and at this point I have the towel ready in my hand, ready to toss over to them if it does go bad. Oh goodness, there's my clueless Kika being curious as to what's going on. But she does distract Kepi, and then Reina goes on her way. Whew, Kika was the much needed relief. So watch Kepi in this clip. He just yawned at Reina. Oh, it isn't because he was tired, it's actually another sign of dominance. He's showing Reina how big his teeth are and trying to look like he's the boss. You see that Reina just ignored him. It's definitely a clash of the titans with these two. Okay, about an hour into the bonding session and all that stuff that's gone on, all the dominant stuff, still it never got any worse. Aw, this is their first meal together. Okay, dinner's over. Now watch Reina in this clip. What she's doing is rumble strutting. She's making the grumbling noises, but she's also swaying her little bum back and forth. And she's lifting her chin high up in the air. These are signs of dominance, but again, totally normal. Now here's Kepi lifting his chin up high to express his dominance over Kika. It's been over 2 hours now, and despite all the dominance and scary lunges, all of them seem to be getting along. There was no biting and no drawing blood or even fighting. Okay, we are going to put them in the cage now. The Titan Puffs are finally going to go in after about almost 3.5 hours of bonding time. They did really well. But I wanted to show you how I modified the cage, which is a good idea when you're putting newly bonded piggies into a cage. So as you can see, I have 2 eating areas. I've got 2 hay bags on that end, and then 2 hay bags on this end. I've got 2 water bottles on this end, and then I've got 2 water bottles on the other end. And as you can tell, the cage is completely a mishmash of prints, but that's not what matters to me right now. What matters is that I have all these hideys that have very, very easy access to go in and out of. So I put this 1x2 cozy cottage in there, and then this is the piggy chic little hidey house in there. And then if you remember this one from the Panda Cage tour, this is just completely open. It's just a little bed here, and it's just like a fleece forest area. So this is completely open, but it's hiding as well. And the last thing I wanted to say is you probably can tell this is actually the middle of the triple decker cage. We have got the floofs in the top level now, and the cupcakes are still in the bottom level because this is actually at eye level And it really is the best place to put the sugar puffs because it is the best place to tame them since it's at eye level. So let's put them in there and see what their impressions are. So it looks like everything's going well. I will leave them alone now to get used to their surroundings and also to each other. I will keep you updated, of course, in future videos, but I hope that this video was helpful to you. So I was hoping it would work out, and so far so good, but of course we're not completely in the clear. I will be watching them. Good thing I'm off for the next 3 days because I will be watching them very carefully to make sure that they still are getting along and I don't have to separate. So thanks for watching, everyone. Bye.